Good morning. All right, we are here. We are live. It is another Wednesday morning, 6 a.m. Now, I got to sleep early. I've been waking up early. I want to tell y'all this. I've been waking up early every morning, so around like 4:50. Um, because I have declared my meeting with God, my devotion period, to be at 5 o'clock, right? So I've been waking up early uh, every morning and doing that. And I want to say that if you have not tried it, if you have not kind of declared a time for your meeting with your CEO and your partner of your actual business, or the partner of your business in life and business of life, then you should probably do that. Because I know one thing with me, it was where I would still wake up early, but sometimes it may be at 6 that we're meeting. Sometimes the kids wake up and I'm like, I'm tired. I'll go ahead and put it, I'll try to get it in during the day, or at night, or this, that, and the other. And it's just like when I didn't put forth, I guess, as much effort into the meeting and into us meeting and making sure that actually happened. And honey, sometimes it was where I would wake up, but I was tired, so I would fall asleep doing my meditations and my prayer time, honey. It was, yeah. So um, what I was noticing is that when I wasn't putting in as much effort, my days were like scattered, and it just wasn't where I wanted it to be. But since I've been waking up early and just saying, okay, this is my time, just as I would be meeting with somebody. If I had a business meeting, like an actual business meeting, and they declared that it was going to be at 5 o'clock, guess what? I would be there, right? If you had to go to work at 5 o'clock, you would be there. You would make sure, even if you went to sleep late that past, night, you would sacrifice the sleep and be like, you know what? It is what it is. I got to go to work because that's how I get paid. But the thing is that's where our money comes from. God is where our money comes from. So it should be the same way, right? So one of the things that made me kind of wake up was I was having a conversation with my husband, and one of the things that just came out of my mouth, and it was not me, right? Because when it came out of my mouth, it took me aback. And I was like, wait, what? So that wasn't me. But it just came out that, okay, well, what if God showed up for you the way that you show up for him? And I was like, ooh. And then it carried on into the next day. And I still was thinking about that. And I'm like, well, what if he did? What if it's where, okay, well, God, I understand. I'm tired right now. So now I'll get to him later. We'll talk during the day. I'll fit him in somewhere. Okay, maybe before I'm about to go to sleep. But before I'm about to go to sleep, I am falling asleep as I'm reading, or as I'm praying, or as I'm meditating on what it is that I'm trying to receive from him, but I'm falling asleep. What if he showed up for you the way you show up for him? And honey, that just changed everything. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. And since I have been doing that and being dedicated to our time, it's been where my days are much cleaner. I have free pockets of time in my day that I never identified before. And I'm getting everything that I want to get done in that day because not only have I put him first, but I've come and again, not only did I show up for our meeting, but I'm coming prepared. I'm coming like I'm like, look, I'm up, I'm playing music, like I'm getting myself into it. I am fully awake, I am fully aware. I am like, boom, this is our meeting. I'm coming with my journal, I'm coming with my pen, I'm coming with the Bible, I'm coming like phone is down, phone is away. I'm not checking for my phone. I'm not worried about it. It's in work mode. Honey, you can't even text me and reach me during that time. So that's the thing that I wanted to share. So if you are one, if you're not meeting with God, you need to start meeting with him. And then two, if you are meeting with him, but you just showing up and you showing up any kind of way, which is okay right now, right? We want to get into the habit of just showing up. We want to show up. But then after we get in the habit of showing up, we got to show out, right? It's not just about just, okay, Lord, I'm here. So what you gonna do? Like, okay, let's get through this thing. That's not what it's about. So showing up and just being fully invested in what it is that you are, what it is that you're doing, what it is that, this is y'all's meeting. And nothing should be on your mind except for you and him. So it's you and me. What you got for me? What is it? How do you want to speak to me? And then that's it. You shouldn't be worrying about what you're going to have for dinner, when the kids going to get up, what their lessons are going to be, where do you have to be today, the errands that you have to make, the stuff that you got to take care of in your business, what happened with you and your spouse and the day before. Like none of that stuff should be on your mind. And if it is on your mind when you sit down, one of the things that you can do is start with prayer and just let it go. Let it go. And it's like, look, Lord, this is what's on my mind. And blah, just let it go. And you'll start feeling the release from everything that you're carrying on your shoulders. And it will be coming off of your shoulders onto his. So another way that I use that is useful, but I'm a writer. So not everybody's a writer, right? I really am able to solve things and really get to the root causes of things that are going on inside of me and inside of my head when I write. So if there are things, one of the things that I've been doing is just before, once our meeting starts, honey, I'm just writing. I am writing and I'm just putting everything that's up here on the page. And if I'm going through something, or if I'm thinking thoughts that I'm not feeling, or I'm feeling kind of down, I'm feeling kind of sad, I don't know why, I can't really pinpoint it. Usually it comes through my writing. So if I'm writing, it's going to come through there, and then I'm able to analyze it, and I'm able to say, oh, okay. And usually it's where I'll see it. I'll start off where it's like, oh, okay, it's kind of light. Then it'll start getting heavy of where stuff is coming out. And then by the end, I've already worked through it. So if that helps you and you are a person who discovers through writing, then I would encourage you to write. And then you can pray, or you can pray and then write, whatever it is that you want to do, but definitely working writing into your meeting time. And the thing that I use is 750words.com. So it was a thing that, if you write 750 words a day, it'll boost creativity and this, that, and the other. I like it because it's like when I write in Word, sometimes I'm checking for grammatical errors and I don't know why I do that in Word, but when I'm there at 750words.com, it is where I'm just writing. I am just writing and I'm just going for it. So check that out and hopefully that will aid you. And if you aren't a person who, because I wasn't, if you aren't a person who you're down for using the computer and typing, honey, get you a journal and write. Okay. It was just taking me too long. Like it was it was a lot on my mind, and writing, it would take me like a whole almost 40 minutes of just writing. And so I was like, I can't spend that much time writing. So typing, I can surely get through it quicker. So however you got to get it done, just get it done. Just get it done. Declare your meeting time, whatever that time is going to be. And it doesn't have to be in the morning, right? That works for me because nobody's up, right? And then I'm not exhausted. Like during the day, I just, I got 3 kids, business, spouse, like it, yeah, no. So my time is in the morning, but declare that time as you would anybody else, any other business partner. I'm just like, look, this is what time we're going to be meeting. We're going to do this every single day. We're going to meet at 5 o'clock in the morning. We're going to meet at 7 o'clock in the morning. We're going to meet at 12 p.m. for lunch. It doesn't matter when you're meeting, but stick to that meeting time. Stick to that meeting and do the things, come prepared. Show up and show out, okay? And I promise you that everything else will start to become better. It's like a domino effect. But just do that. Do that. And then, if you haven't been doing that, do it and let me know. Let me know what happens. But I just had to get that out. I wanted to share that with y'all because it's changed my days. So I want to, if you want to change in your day, that's where you start. So that is it. Good morning. Good morning. I was just thinking about you, girl. I DM'd you, Naraya, and I wanted to check on you, see how you were doing. I'm glad you showed up. I'm glad that everything is good. And I am glad to see you this morning. So, with that said, I'm going to start with prayer, y'all. All right. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for allowing us to be in this space. Thank you for allowing just your presence to be here today. Thank you for the words that you have given me. And just thank you for I just can't even say this enough. Just thank you for everything that you've done and continue to do. Thank you for the roofs over our heads. Thank you for the food that we are able to eat. Thank you for our children. Thank you for our spouses. Thank you for our friends. Thank you for our family. Thank you for covering us when we've needed it the most. And even when we thought we didn't need it, thank you for always being there and not giving up on us. Thank you for the continuous grace that you extend. Thank you for the mercy. Thank you for all the things that we need. And again, even when we think we don't need it, thank you for covering us. Thank you for having my back. Thank you for having our backs. Thank you for having our sides, our fronts. Everything is covered. And thank you for just allowing me to be here for another Wednesday morning. Thank you for allowing me to wake up. Thank you for allowing all of us to wake up this morning and just fellowship together. Thank you for the words that you will give me. Thank you for just allowing me to be your mouthpiece, Lord. And thank you for not only using me, but using everyone who is on this call and everyone who will tune in later for the replay. And just, Lord, I just ask that you work in them and through them all day today, tomorrow, the next day, Lord, all this month, the next month, for this entire year. I know that you gave me the word of surrender for 2022, and I want everyone else to take that word as well and just learn throughout this year how to let go and let you handle what it is that they can't control, that they can't handle, that they can't figure out, whatever it may be, just to be able to notice that and just to, and immediately as they notice, let go. Like that's just a switch. But I want it to be that easy. I want it to be that, I don't want it to be complicated. Sometimes we complicate the things that aren't complicated, Lord. So I want to let that go in 2022. And I want us to step into 2022 as we have different. And thank you for this word, because as I just said, step into it differently. We're talking about being the change that we want to see, and that change starts within. So Lord, just be here today. Thank you for occupying this space. And as I continue to pray, and as I will pray and forever pray, Lord, less of me, more of you. Move me to the side, and your will be done. Amen. All right. Okay. All right. Hey, girl. Hey. All right. Hey, Angel. Hey, Alondra. Oh, my goodness. I'm so glad that you're here. All right. Good morning, y'all. Y'all got me. See, I woke up today and I was like, Lord, you're going to have to fill me up because I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it today. I'm not feeling it this morning, but I'm going to show up anyway. And this is the thing that I want y'all to I want y'all to take this away. Um, is that you don't always have to be feeling it, right? Some days it's going to be where you lack motivation. Some days it's going to be feeling like, look, I just don't even, not today, not today. But I encourage you to show up anyway, show up regardless, because the motivation will come and go. But when you commit, and these are the other two words that I got this year. So we had surrender, and I got two others, and I told you guys it's commitment and dedication. And these are the things that I'm continually telling myself. And thank you. I'm sorry, Naraya. You caught me with that. Thank you. Thank you. I love you too. So we've got commitment and dedication. And so when we commit, we make that decision. And I heard something the other day, and my husband was playing a video, and it was Denzel Washington, and he just spoke a few words, and that really set in for me. But commitment will help you start, right? So we want to start. This is what I do these videos because I want to encourage you guys to start, to step out, to do the things that he's calling you to do. Come on, let's just do it, right? Just do it. But then, in the same thing with our meeting in the morning or whenever you have that meeting, we've got to do it. Yes, we show up and we say, okay, we're here, we're doing the thing. But then you got to continue to do the thing, right? And then, like I said, you got to not only show up, but you got to show out. So he said commitment it will help you start, but consistency will help you finish, right? So this is the reason why I got commitment and dedication, because you cannot have consistency without dedication. So when we make that commitment and we say we're going to do something, whatever it may be. So if you're going, just like with me, these Wednesday mornings, right? I committed to it. So that means that I made the decision that I am going to show up regardless of how I feel, regardless of how I look, regardless of what happened the day before, regardless if I'm feeling down, whether I'm feeling, sad, whether I'm feeling happy, whether I'm feeling mad. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. I still show up because I committed to it. And because of my commitment, because I'm committed to my decision, then that follows that I will be consistent in me showing up. I am dedicated to what I said. So we're going to take that in all the way, right? It is just January and we're ending January, which is crazy. But we're ending January, but we're going into February. And I want us to continue throughout the entire year. You know how sometimes we fall off, come March, come April, come the springtime, we just feeling something different. And then we start doing something different, and we change our goals, and we doing stuff, and we not focused. We're not doing that 2022. We're not doing that this year. What we're going to do is we are going to focus on what it is that we said we're going to do, and we're going to stick to it. And we are going to remain dedicated throughout the storms, throughout the trials, throughout the obstacles. It doesn't matter. And we're going to show up and we're going to show out. So we're going to keep those three words: surrender, commitment, and dedication. That's it. That's it, y'all. That's it. So it's already 6:20. So I want to get into it because, yeah, I got a word. And I promise you, because I was like, oh, Lord, are you trusting me more? Because it's not where I'm getting it or I'm not getting something at all. I may get it the day before now, y'all. I think I'm moving up. Oh my goodness. I'm like, you trusted me more. That means that I'm relinquishing. I am learning how to relinquish control, right? Because that was the problem. I like control, right? So he's like, all right, I'm taking it away. I'm not giving you anything until you show up. And you're just gonna have to trust me to give you what is that you need. And so after doing that, it started trickling into my daily life. And this is what I'm doing. And I'm keeping surrendering in the front of my mind when things come up that I can't control and things come up that I'm like, oh my gosh, what if this happens? What? Surrender it, surrender. So I'm constantly pushing things out and I'm pushing things away. So now I'm getting things a little bit earlier than what I would normally get it, right? Albeit it's like a day earlier, but honey, it's a step in the right direction because I'm like, Lord, here we go. We doing it. We doing it. So I want y'all, if you do have a Bible, then go to it. If not, it's all right because I'm gonna read some of the stuff. Like I'm not gonna read everything, but y'all gonna know what I'm talking about. So it's all good. But I was reading First Kings 17, 1 through 16, right? So it's about Elijah and his journey, right? So I was reading it. So here's the thing. I'm just gonna kind of paraphrase and then sometimes I'm gonna read. So what happened was, okay, so we've got it where there will be no rain for the next few years, right? So these people, they were idolizing something that they shouldn't, right? So other than God, here it is where we have another idol. God's like, I'm not having this. So what's I know. Yes, it's East Coast. I'm sorry. I am in East Coast. And you are here, girl. It's 4 a.m. and you are here tuning in. Girl, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, so we've got it where it's no rain for the next few years. So it says in 17 2, then the word of the Lord came to Elijah, leave here, turn eastward, and hide. And then so we're saying the east of the Jordan. And this is the thing that I want y'all to see. You will drink from the brook, and I have ordered the ravens to feed you there. So, and then the next verse follows and says, so he did what the Lord had told him. So, okay, I want to stop right there because a lot of us would already have several questions of just like, okay, okay, so you're telling me to go. Okay, wait. So how many ravens are you going to send for me? And wait, so is the brook like what brook? Like what does it look like? Like is it a lot? Is it where I got a lot of water, like plenty? Is it gonna be clean? And then what do those ravens look like? So then I know not to miss them. And what kind of food? What kind of food are you gonna give me? Because I don't know. And where am I going to be sleeping? Like how is this? Like how many clothes do I need? Do I need to bring clothes? Is it going to be like how long am I going to be there? That will be the number one question. How long is it going to be? How long is it going to be? So we would have several questions before we even acted. But homeboy just said, "Okay, well that's fine. Let's go. Let's go. You say you're going to take care of me. Let's go." So he did it. He got the orders and he acted, and that was it. Like it was no questions asked. He moved when he was told to move. And this is the posture that I want you guys and I want to be in, right? Of where we hear this direction, we hear this guidance, we hear that it's time to move. And instead of questioning, instead of doubting, instead of figuring out, okay, is that my voice or is it yours? Like, I don't know. Instead of doing that, we're moving automatically. And we're like, okay, go. Like, that's how I want it to be. That's as seamless of a process that it can be. And that's as seamless as a process that I want it to be. And for us to experience in 2022. This is the year of change. Okay. If y'all ain't know that already, I'm telling you, this is the year of change. You will see things differently if you are different. If you start moving differently, I promise you, you will see the changes that you've been asking for, the things that you've been praying for, the things that you've been wishing for, the things that you've been hoping for. If you change and if you become, then I promise you, you will have. It is nothing. And this is the thing. We've got to understand that we got to understand the power that we hold. And this is like one of the first videos that I ever did on these Wednesday morning sessions, is just the power that we have. We are powerful. So you've got to understand that the moment those things leave your lips, it is already done. It's already done. So if I'm praying for something and I've asked God for something, you've got to know that that thing is already in motion. It's already happened. It has happened. You just can't see it yet in your present reality, but your words have power. This is the power that you hold, and this is what God has given you. He has given you that power. So you've got to understand that. And sometimes, and I even catch myself, and that's the thing that I've got to, that I constantly now remind myself of, because I had gotten to the habit where I would sit there and pray for something, right? And then I would come back maybe 2 days later and I'll pray for it again. And then maybe, the week later, I pray for it again. And then a month later, I'll pray for it again if I haven't seen it. But I'm like, wait a minute. Hold up. What you are demonstrating in doing that is lack of belief, because it's like, okay, Lord, did you hear me? Okay, just in case you did, I do want this to happen. And maybe I didn't pray it right last time. So I'm going to pray it this time. And I'm going to say, okay, I really want this to happen. If you didn't hear me, then cool. All right. And then you come back the next month and, okay, things haven't moved. So maybe he didn't hear me. So I'm going to say it again. You are demonstrating your lack of belief. So what we're going to change in 2022 is where we're going to come one time, and we're going to speak the word. And then when we come back, what we're going to do is we're going to affirm. This is the thing. We're going to say, thank you for it. Thank you. Even though you have not seen it in your present reality, you know that once those things left your lips, it was already done. So the decision has already been made. Either it is or it isn't, right? Or maybe it's later. But either way, the decision has already been made. And the thing is that you got to start paying attention. Some of y'all ain't paying attention. So I'm going to need you to turn it on. And I'm going to need you to pay attention. Okay? So when you ask for something, a lot of times it will be where God confirms it. Okay, but he confirms it through different things, and it'll be subtle things. Sometimes it may be where you're scrolling on YouTube and you see a YouTube video that says it's possible, and then you see something else and you read it, you open up your word, and then all of a sudden it falls to it's possible. It could be those little things. And we sit there sometimes, blow it off as coincidence, right? Oh, that don't mean anything. That's not really what it is. Okay, so God, this is what I want, and we're continually praying, but we're neglecting what it is that he's actually saying. And then we'll say, well, God isn't speaking to me. Yes, he is. He's speaking to you. You're just not paying attention. You've got to understand, and that's the thing we got a lot to do in 2022. That's why we got a whole year, because it's a lot to work on. But this is the other thing that I want you guys to work on, and this is the same thing that I'll be working on, in being more keen to his voice and to how he moves in your life. There have been different things. Lord, he confirms things through numbers, through colors. Like the other day, I was literally praying and I was meditating. I had ended my prayers and I was just meditating, right? And all I saw was just green around me. And I was just sitting there and it was just like green. I'm like, I've never seen this color before. Like, I don't even like green. So I'm like, okay, Lord, what this mean? What the green? What's up with the green? Okay. So then I ended up Googling it. But the thing was, before I did that, I had asked what it meant. And I had gotten 3 words. And I don't know if I can remember all 3. I know it was peace, prosperity, shoot, I can't remember the other P, honey. Power. That's what it was. So it was peace, prosperity, and power. So those were the three words that I was given. And that's what he was telling me. Okay, that's what it means. That is going to be where you are going to be. That's going to be where you are going to be, right? So I'm just letting you know beforehand, this is my confirmation. And so, honey, I ended up Googling what it means when you see green. And those were the three words that popped up. So these are the things you've got to, honey, yes. 11:11, honey, I see that all the time. And these are the things you've got to understand. God can move in any way possible. He can use somebody who is your enemy to sit here and come and confirm something that you've been praying. So you've got to be open and ready at all times to be able to see. So what I want you to do is when those words leave your lips, expect confirmation. Not just hope for it, not just sit there and be like, okay, well, man, maybe, hopefully he does. I'm hoping, I'm praying for it. No, expect it. Expect that he's going to show up because he is. And when you expect it, then you are more open to being able to see it. So watch for colors, watch for numbers, watch what people are saying, watch the things that are showing up and that you're getting presented with when you go onto YouTube or whether you go on Instagram. It doesn't matter where you are. The signs when you're driving, the things that are on the radio, pay attention. Oh my goodness. I can't say that enough, y'all. Woo. Okay. So that's what we're going to do in 2022. But anyway, so he moved, right? No questions necessary. No things that he had to figure out. Like we ain't have to connect dots. He moved. So that's where we're going to be too. If you're not already there, when we get the word, we moving. So we're going to take that from Elijah. And so this is what happened. He was there for a while, right? And, he chilling out. He's like, okay, cool. These ravens are feeding me and I'm drinking from a brook that like is continuously flowing, like everything. Oh, we good. We're good, right? How many times have you been in a comfortable space of where it's like, okay, we made a move. Now that was uncomfortable, but now I'm in this space and I'm getting comfortable. Like this is pretty good. God moved me from this job. Like I had to, I got fired from this job. And then now I've been upgraded and here I am. Everything's being taken care of. I'm at this other job and I'm liking it. I'm chilling. We good. We good. We living good. How many times have you been in that situation? But the thing is that I want you to see is that we have a problem, right? So he got comfortable. This is what I'm assuming. He's comfortable there. And the brook dried up, honey. The brook dried up. So he's like, okay, all right. So what's up? What's going on? So this is the thing. The brook that was consistently flowing, that was nourishing him, right? And he was able to drink from continuously, is dried up. So that's number one, a sign for change. And this is the thing in our lives. It's sometimes, some of y'all are still at the brook that dried up, trying to soak whatever it is that you can possibly get. That one little inkling of water, just you're trying to. So we got comfortable at that job and, God led us to that job. So we're comfortable here. It's been taking care of our needs. But then something happens where we get a sign that it's time for a change. And we're like, oh no, not now, because I was just on the brink of promotion. Like this isn't the time. Like I really, you be having plans for that money, right? So this isn't the most opportune time. Maybe later. So you are staying at that brook that has dried up. Look, this relationship that you have. Look, it was going good. You got comfortable. Everything was fine. All right. And then you start getting a sign or signs that it's time for a change. It's time for you to leave. And yet, no. But things were good. And that's when you start like, hey, I've been there. Trust me. So that's when you start saying, okay, you start weighing the pros and cons, right? So, it's so much more that's good than bad. Like it's not that bad. And then you start looking at other people. Well, theirs is worse. Theirs is worse than mine. Like at least he does this, or at least she does this. And you're trying to make excuses when it's time to change. It's time for a change. It's time for you to move. And you staying around and you trying to drink from that dried up brook. Y'all, it's time to move. It is time to move. So here it is where, and I want to highlight this, right? So here we are at 17:7. So sometime later, the brook dried up because there had been no rain in the land. So then the word came to him again, right? And so he's telling him to move again. Move. I need you to move and stay there. I have commanded a widow in that place to supply you with food. And you know what comes next? So he went. So he went. There was no question. They didn't say, okay, well, then he started asking questions and trying to figure out this, trying to put this together. Honey, again, we would have had the questions. Well, why the brook dried up? Why we gotta leave? Who's this widow? Is she staying with other people? Because I don't like staying with like people who I don't know. So how many people are in the house? Okay, so what kind of food? There we go. Y'all know what my heart is. I would want to know the food. Like what we eating? What are we eating? That's the first thing that's on my mind. So we would have questions, but he didn't. He moved. And this is the thing that I want y'all to put together too and to take is that we've got to understand that God is doing things where we cannot see, right? So when he's telling you it's time for a change, I want you to move. Y'all got to understand that he knows what he's saying. He knows what he's talking about. He can see before you can see what is going on. So it's in our best interest to go ahead and move without knowing all the details. We don't need to know all the details. The details are none of your business. So you move anyway. But the thing is that when we sit there and just like, I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if things are going to work out. Let me get more comfortable. Let me save more money. Let me get more knowledgeable. Let me see if I can read more books. Let me see if I can talk to somebody else. Let me see if I can get a confirmation from the preacher. Let me see if I can get confirmation from a friend. Let me call my friend first and see what she says. We got to go through all this stuff. And the thing is that you are delaying what it is that he has for you. So this is the thing. We'll sit there and pray. We're praying for something. We are asking him for something. We are saying, oh, I'm hoping for this. I am wishing for this. Lord, please deliver this. But yet you aren't willing to move when he's telling you to move. Do you not think that when those things left your lips, he is already moving? We already talked about that. But when you're asking for that, and this is what we covered last week, you better be prepared to back that ask up. You've got to sit there and understand that the moment those things leave your lips, yes, it is already in the works, but there are going to be things that are going to be required of you before those things come to fruition. Before you see those things in your current reality, there are going to be things that is going to be required of you. You are going to have to step your game up. There are things that you're going to have to do that is uncomfortable. There are things that you're going to have to do. You're going to have to move out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to get out your own way. You're going to have to fix your mindset. There are things that you're going to have to do. You're going to have to become a better businesswoman, better businessman. You are going to have to become a better father, a better mother, a better spouse, whatever it may be. But you are going to have to do something. And that something is not going to be easy. It's not going to be something that you can just painlessly do. No, it is going to take effort. It's going to take time, and it's going to take energy. So before you ask for something, honey, you need to check yourself and see if you're ready for what is going to come from it. So if you're ready, and if you're ready to put in the effort, then you ask. Don't just blindly ask. Ask when you're ready. So we've got to understand that when we're asking, then we've got to be in tune, and we have to understand that we're going to receive something. We're going to receive guidance. We are going to receive direction, and we've got to take heed to that. So we can't just ask, and that Jones is just going to, sorry, I said join. But yeah, I do have slang times. But so we can't just ask and think that it's just going to hop in our lap and it's just going to be dropped there and we got to do anything. That's not what's going to happen. So we've got to turn on our, I always tell my kids, turn on your listening ears, right? You got to turn on your listening ears, and you've got to be ready with your binoculars, honey. You got to be ready. You got to be on the lookout. What God telling me? Because I asked for this and I know it's coming. So what is he telling me? Okay. All right. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. So when he says move, I'm moving, honey. When he's giving me confirmation, I'm taking it. And I am not only taking it, I am taking him for his word. I am taking him at his word. I am believing that is confirmation. And I am saying, okay, boom, I got this. I got this. And I'm letting that influence my confidence, right? Because that's why he's sending you those things. It's just like, okay, keep going. You see those numbers? Keep going, honey. You got it. You got this. And you got to take that. So you got to understand that when he says move, this is why I'm saying do not sit on that. Move, because now you are just delaying what it is that you're praying for. That is self-sabotage if I ain't seen it. Yeah, that's what you're doing. How can you ask for something, but yet when you're told, okay, what to do? Okay, you want that? Okay, well, come along for the ride and do what it is that I'm telling you. Turn left, turn right. That's like putting into your GPS. You want to go to California, and when it's telling you the directions, you're like, no, actually, I think that we should turn right, not left. Like, you know it. If that's the case, if you knew how to get there, why you need a GPS? Why did you input why did you even bother to do that? Just leave your house and just go then. But if you're going to ask, be ready and take heed to the direction. Stop sitting on the directions. Stop sitting on what he's given you. Stop sitting on what he's placed inside of you. You know you're supposed to let it out. But you're sitting here waiting. You wait because you're not confident. Because you're not sure. You're not sure what other people are going to think. You're not sure about this. You're going through all this stuff. That don't matter. It don't matter. Let it out. Do the things that you're supposed to do and focus on what you are supposed to be doing and move. Okay, so here he goes, right? And honey, the brook dried up. I told you he was given the word to move, and he moved without question. Like, all right, cool, we're going. And the moment that he walked into the town, right? Bam, here goes this woman. She picking up sticks, she doing her thing, and he sees her. He's like, okay, this is who it is. But I wanted to because there was something that I wrote. Okay, I don't know. But I don't know. Anyway, so he goes and he sees her, right? So then I'm gonna go down to here where he asks her, right? So he opened, once he came into town, he sees her, right? And then he sees her gathering sticks. And he goes up to her, right? And says, well, would you bring me some water and some bread, right? He like, look, you were appointed. And this is the thing. This is the confidence that we got to have, right? I didn't even peep this when I was reading it, but it just hit me now, is that this is the confidence that we got to have. Honey, he didn't know this woman at all, nor did he know what she looked like. It was probably a feeling. It was probably that confirmation that I'm telling y'all that he received, that this is the woman. This is her. You talk to her. And he just walked up to her. He don't even say like, hey, so God kind of revealed to me that you were supposed to be doing this. Like, he don't tell a story. He just says, look, can I have some food and something to drink? That's what you're here for. This is what, I was told this, so I'm asking you. And he just go up and ask. That confidence is crazy. That's crazy. That's where we need to be. So he asked her that, right? And she like, what, wait, I don't have, I don't have anything. You know what I have, and this is the thing that I want to highlight, right? So she says, I don't have any bread. And this is 1712. I don't have any bread, only a handful of flour in a jar and a little oil in a jug. And this is the thing, she's gathering sticks to take home and make a meal for herself and her son so that they can eat it and then die. Right? That was the plan. We just gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna have our last meal. You know how they do in prison, which you can order whatever it is that you want for your last meal. They want you to go out of where you full, I guess. I don't know. But this is what she's doing, right? So she's like, look, we're gonna have a good meal together, and then we're just gonna die because we don't have no more food. And he's like, okay, well, look, I got you. All right. This is what I'm going to ask you to do. I want you to go do what you said you're going to do. But before you go and do what you're going to do, first, make me something. And you will have enough, right? And you'll continue to have enough. But the thing is, I want to go back to this because what Elijah was told, right, was to move, and that there was going to be a woman, there was going to be a widow that was going to supply his needs, right? That was going to give him what he needed as far as nourishment and take care of him. So then we would we get this direction and we say, okay, Lord, we're supposed to be going to this next job. Okay, or no. I'm supposed to be opening my business, right? I'm supposed to be starting this business. Okay, I'm supposed to be starting this business, and it's going to be like, I've seen the vision. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Everything's going to be great. Like, oh my gosh, I just see it. Me and my employees, we are going, like, it's going to be tight. The loyalty there, the trust there, and how we're going to be able to service our clients and our customers. Like, it's going to be out of this world, the service. And oh, I've seen franchises, right? Oh my gosh. So you see all this stuff, right? God is confirming and he's showing you these things and you're just like, yes. Oh my gosh. So then you leave your job, right? And you start this business, but then you run into some difficulties. The bank has denied your loan. In fact, it's not just this bank, it's several banks. And so we're going and nobody, and you wait a minute. God, this is what most of us would do. God, you told me that this was going to work. It's not working. And then you get frustrated and then you start being confused and you start being overwhelmed and you start to doubt what it is that God has revealed to you and what he has given you. And then you start to retreat on what it is that you're actually trying to do. So you're not anymore stepping out with the confidence that you did have. You're lessening that by sitting there going back and forth by doubt and fear and worry. And you're allowing that to plague you. And so this is the thing that Elijah could have done when the woman said, wait, what? Get you what? I don't even have enough food to feed me and my son. How am I going to feed you? There was a problem. There was an issue. But he said, okay, all right. So I got you. I got this. And the thing is that he encountered this problem and he allowed God to now work through. It's like, okay, God, we got this problem. So what you want? What you want me to do? What do you want? What do you want of me? Okay, tell her to make the stuff first. Okay, cool. All right. So God told me to make mine first and then make yours and then you'll have enough. This is how simple, this is how easy it can be. And this is why I posted that video of us talking about us complicating what it is that he's telling us. It's not meant to be confusing. It's not meant to be overwhelming. God isn't going to give you more than what you can bear, but you've got to understand it is not just you. When it gets confusing, when it gets overwhelming, when it becomes too much to bear, it's because you are bearing it by yourself. This is an inkling. This is telling you that you are doing things wrong. You have stepped outside of alignment and you need to get your butt back in because this ain't where you're supposed to be. This isn't what you're supposed to be feeling. But sometimes we're not allowing that to just be a guidepost for us and a reminder that we need to step back into alignment. But we allow ourselves to start going down that rabbit hole of worry and doubt and confusion, and we get lost in it. And then it just turns out to be a whole mess. Instead of just understanding that, oh my gosh, I'm starting to worry. Ooh, I'm not, let me get back in. Let me get back on. Let me get back on the train because I've fallen off somewhere and I need to get back on. That is only, those things are only just guideposts and reminders that you are doing things wrong. Okay. And then it's simple to get back on. Like it's not that complicated. It's not that difficult. So we've got to understand that. So when you face those problems, when you're following God and things aren't working out the way that you thought they should work out, or the way that He's revealed it, or it's not matching up to that vision, stay to the course. Okay, stick to the course, and then ask your partner, ask your CEO, ask your GPS what in the world you should do right now. And that's it. And wait for guidance. And then you move once you get it. That's it. That's it. So here we go. Elijah said to her, don't be afraid. Go home and do as you have said. But first, make me a small cake of bread, right? For me. And then bring it to me. And then make something for yourself and your son. And then he said, for this is what the Lord says. The jar of flour will not be used up, and the jug of oil will not run dry until the day the Lord gives rain on the land. And I told you that rain wasn't supposed to be coming for years. So you're telling me, he's telling her, look, for years you will be straight. If you do this one thing, you will be fine for years. Okay. So then here we go of where the widow could have said, again, she could have said, all right, so yeah, so how do I know that that's gonna really work? Like if we use this, like I'm telling you, she was on the brink of death. Y'all gotta understand and put ourselves in her situation. There was like literally that was it. She had her plan in her mind, and this is what she was going to do, and then they were going to die. Like this is it. And then this stranger comes up and he talking about taking my food. The food that I need for my son and I. Like what? What? We would have had not only questions, a lot of us would have just been like, go home somewhere. I don't even know you, fool. It wouldn't even been a discussion for most of us. Like we wouldn't even gotten past that to even ask the questions. But the thing is that I want you to understand this, right? So the reason that the widow was able, right? Because here we go again. She didn't question. She went ahead and did it, right? But the reason that she was able to do that is not only, okay, God commanded her to, He's worked things out. So you got to understand that too. Even when you face problems, it's already being worked out. Like you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. And and this is the thing that I also want to go back of when Elijah entered into the town and he saw the woman, he arrived not a second too early and not a second too late. The moment he entered the town, boom, there she goes. But this is what happens when you move, when you are supposed to move. Things just align themselves. So no matter if you're facing difficulties on that road, if you are doing what you are supposed to be doing, you have nothing to worry about. Nothing, despite what it may look like, despite what people are saying, despite what it may feel like, it doesn't matter. You got this. It is going to work out. It isn't a matter of if it will work out. It's a matter of when. It's only a matter of time. It is going to work out. So you just got to stick there. You just got to stay there. So what I want to do is bring it back to the widow, right? So we've got the widow, and she's like, okay, so she's going ahead and doing that. And what I'm saying is that she was able to do that not only because she was commanded to do that, and so God was working things out, but it was because she believed, right? So she took it upon herself, right? And to say, okay, I am going to trust what you're saying, and I am going to believe, and I'm going to see further than what I see right now, because her current reality was like, look, this is what I mean. I don't have, I don't have a lot. I am facing a situation of lack, right? That's all I can see. I do not have enough. That is my current reality. That is what I'm living. That's what I'm breathing. That is what I'm feeling right now. It is real. It is tangible. It is my reality. But she chose to step out of her reality and see what could be, not what was, not what is, but what could be. So he fed her the vision. She took him for his word. And she bought into that vision. And this is the thing that I want y'all to do as well. In 2022, honey, we got to believe in that vision that God has given you. And if he hasn't given it to you, then ask for it and close your eyes and see what it is that he's going to put into you. Because I tell you, you will get flashes. You will see different things. And when you see those things, you can't just brush it off and just say, oh, well, that's me. That's not him. That's not God. No, if you ask for it, you expect that it's going to come. And when you close your eyes, you are waiting in expectation that he's going to show you flashes of what your life could be. And then when you get those flashes, what you say is that I'm going to take you for your word, and I'm going to move on those things. And now I'm going to ask you, because I received that vision, I'm going to ask you, Lord, how do we get there? How do we get there? And I'm going to take heed to your direction, because I'm going to wait in expectation that you're going to give me direction. And that's how we're going to move on this thing. This is what we're going to do. And I'm not going to buy into my current situation. I'm going to buy into yours. I am going to buy into the dream that you have for me. I'm going to buy into the vision that you have for me. And I understand that is the change. That is the change. We always say, we quote this all the time, and I see this plastered everywhere. Be the change that you want to see, right? We love that quote, which is great. But then what happens is that we're not really reading into what it actually says. It says be. So this is the thing. When you desire change, when you're saying that, and this is why I'm saying it's going to require something from you, because you have to be it before you see it. This is the thing. B comes before it. And even in the alphabet, B comes before C. This is what it is. You've got to be that person. You got to act as if it's already happened. So this is what she did. She acted as if it already happened. She said, look, I am in a situation of lack, but you know what? I'm buying into the fact that I am in, and I am living in it, and I am abundance. And this is what it is. I don't care about this. All right, I don't have enough. Who cares? Please. All right, I live in an abundance. So this is my current situation isn't where I'm going to be. This isn't where I'm headed. I'm buying into the actual reality that God has for me, even though I can't see it in my current situation. I am abundant. I am, and I live in abundance. So in that, I am going to act, and I am going to demonstrate, because this is what I want y'all to understand, that acting on is demonstration. It's the demonstration of your belief. So I am going to demonstrate that I do believe that. And so I am going to sit there. I'm going to make this stuff. I'm going to make it for him. And I'm going to believe that we will have, our cup is going to be running over. It's going to be overflowing, because that is what I'm buying into. So I'm going to make this, I'm going to use my last and give it to somebody else, because I believe that good is going to come from it. I believe that abundance is going to come from it. And I already have everything that I have it already. All I got to do is just use it. And then it's going to be refilled. It's going to be refilled. So she acted upon that belief. But before she acted upon that belief, she bought into the vision. So I want y'all, one, if you have not gotten clarity on your vision for 2022 or for your life in general, because that's what kind of where you want to start there. But get some clarity surrounding your life. And it's not something that you run to your mother or your father or your spouse or your kids or your friends. Not that. Not that type of clarity, honey. You need to go to your business partner, your CEO, and figure out what it is that he has for you. Okay. So we need to get those flashes. We need to figure out what it is that he sees in us and what it is that he wants to bring out in us. And then that's how we're going to act. This is what we're going to do. We're going to attach ourselves to that vision, and then we're going to take heed to the steps that he's given us. So we're going to act like Elijah. We're going to act like the widow, and we are going to move when we are commanded to move. We are going to understand that everything is going to work out. We are going to understand that even though when we move, things may not work out perfectly. Things may not be the way that we thought it would be. Things may not be as easy as we thought. But regardless of the fact, we are going to know that we're moving in the right direction. And if we're moving in the right direction and we're staying connected, because you declare that meeting, right? So you're meeting with him every day, and we're showing up and we're showing out for his meeting. We're taking heed to his direction, and we're opening ourselves up for his knowledge, his wisdom, his understanding. And so we are on the right direction. We're on the right path. So even if we're facing those bumps then and bruises and obstacles and trials, it doesn't matter, because honey, we can just get up and dust it back off. Those bruises, when we get bruises, honey, I got one right now. And guess what? It's already starting to leave. We know that it's only temporary. When we are on the train and we're on the tracks and we're on the way to where it is that we're supposed to be going, and we're on the right path, then those bruises, those bumps, that is only temporary. They will leave. Things will get better. And this is the thing that you can hang your hat on. So this is what I want y'all to do, is just move, believe, take God for his word, and do the things that you're supposed to do. So, woo, y'all, that was a lot. That was heavy. So I know, look, if you anything like me, you might want to run this back another time, because I know sometimes I listen to the stuff that I say, even on mine, on Wednesday mornings, I'll listen to the videos, and sometimes I got to run it back because I'm like, woo, you gave a lot of stuff. And that'll be where I'm listening to other people too. And just like, that's the way that I learn. So, it's just like, I gotta listen to it a few times, and then it just like sinks in. So you might want to run this back, but this is going to be the theme for 2022, right? So we're going to surrender, we're going to commit, and we're going to dedicate. Those same 3 words that I was given, those are the same words that I want you guys to take. And if you got a word of your own that you got to sit there and work on, or that it's being required of you, or God gave you a word, honey, stick that in there. That's going to be your first word. Like my first word is surrender. That's the biggest thing that I had to work on, and that I have to work on, right? And then up under that is commitment and dedication. So this is what I want y'all. Figure out your word. And when you get that word, y'all share it with me. Let me know your word or words. What is your word or words for this year? What are the things that you're working on this year? Put it in the comments. Let people know what it is that you're working on. Because the thing is that when you speak these things, what did I say? It's power in your words. It's power in speaking those things. And not only that, is that when you start, I know people say, I know we see this, right? Move in silence. Don't let nobody know your business. Do this and work behind door. All right, cool. But sometimes, and this is the sometimes, right? You want to say that. You want to say it out loud. You want to tell people what it is that you're doing. Because the thing is that you, honey, I know if you tell me, I'm going to check in with you. I'm going to say, hey, so how's it going with the surrendering? How's it going with your consistency? Hey, you told me you wanted to post more often. I haven't seen you posting. What's going on, girl? What's going on, dude? What we doing? I'm going to check in on you. That's what I do. So when you sit there and announce it and you say these things in the comments, guess who else is going to be on you? There's other people that are going to be looking. And it may be where you're like, oh, that kind of feels, what you call it? You think I felt good telling y'all that this is going to be my $1 million year? You think that was comfortable? No, hey, that is not comfortable. To even tell people that, even say that, to say that off my lips without having a detailed plan of how this is actually going to happen and trying to move this in, I have no control right now. I just said that because that's what came to me. So that's what I said. Okay, well, that's what you said. That's what I said. All right, and I received confirmation, and it's still uncomfortable. It's still uncomfortable saying it. But I said it anyway. And so this is the thing. Get clear on what it is that you want to do. Get clear on the vision. Get clear on the things that you're supposed to be working on and say it. Speak those things. And then start moving in that direction and be consistent in it. And I'm telling you, you're going to start seeing a lot of stuff and things are going to start happening. Doors are going to open. Things are going to be changing. But this is the thing. When you desire change, it starts with you. The change starts with you. God can tell you that there is a change that I want you to make. There is something else that I see for you. There is this grand vision that I have for you. He can be saying all these things. Even here where the brook dried up, that is a sign that I need you to move. I have change. I have something different for you. It's time for change. But that change did not happen until Elijah said, okay, I accept it and I'm going to move. It starts with you. Whatever changes that you want to make, whatever it is that you want to see happen in your life or have unfold in your life, it starts with you. So go ahead and figure out what you got to do. That's where it starts. And you're going to start seeing things move. You're going to start seeing things put together. And that's just how it goes, y'all. So I just want y'all to do that. Okay. So yes, Lord. I love that story too. I love that story. It's so rich. It's so much stuff just in there. Like I have so much stuff, just, oh my gosh. But it's so many gems in there of just like how we can act in our own journey and what we can do differently and how we can receive things differently. So I love it. I love it. I love it. So help us be willing to see things differently. Yes, yes, yes. So we talked about this 11:11, girl. Yeah, I'm telling you, I see that all the time. Constant confirmation. Yes, peace, prosperity, and power. Like, oh, those were the words for me. I love it. I love it. Hey, it's the message for me. Thank you. Growth and change sometimes comes from times of discomfort. Right? Right? It is uncomfortable sometimes. It's uncomfortable, but that's okay. That's when you can say, look, but growth is happening. Growth is happening. Growth is happening. So awesome message. Thank you. Thank you so much. Be and it is. B comes before C. That's all I need y'all to. That's all I need y'all to understand and remind yourself. B comes before C. I gotta be it to see it. Wherever we are, God is. God is. He lives in us. He lives in us, and we've got to understand that this is what we. He's there. He is there all the time. He's always constantly guiding you. He's leading you. He wants to show you. He wants to lead you to that grand, magnificent place that he has for you, that promised land. He wants to lead you. But you taking what is supposed to be 11-day journey and turning it into 40 years. Like, let's just do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. So with that said, I am going to leave. It has been awesome. Y'all got me heated up and I'm ready. I'm ready for the day. I hope that you are ready for the day and ready for all that is going to come from it, all that you are going to do in today, all the people that you're going to touch, all the people that you're going to impact. Look, I don't know. I don't even have words. I'm just ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to see y'all work. I'm ready to see y'all words or word for this year. I'm ready to see what you guys are going to be working on, what you're asking for, what you're praying for. What are the things that you're moving in that direction? Like, what direction are you guys moving in? I'm excited to see it. So please share it with me. And with that said, I will see you guys next week. Same time, same place. We're going to be here and I'm going to have a word and we're going to get into it. All righty. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.